Welcome back, everybody. Here we go again. So, the search for nails, I think, is starting. We tidied the base last time we were on, didn't we? Nothing to sell. We're going to need food out on the ground, though, aren't we? I have my food kit with me. Okay. Yeah, I need to take a map with me. Yeah. Do I need a light stick? Probably not. Hi, West. How are you? You good? We're off nail hunting. Well, that's the aim anyway. Yeah, I'm the same. Life feels better when you get a door up, doesn't it? Because you can start to store things and you know that you've got some level of security. That's good. I'm glad. I try and make the servers so you're not forced to use the trader. And if you do use the trader, it's an expensive option. I love making servers. I really do enjoy it. And I'm getting better and better at it. But this is nearly how I want it. A few little tweaks I need to do in time, but we're sort of there. It's so nice. I think when I do the wipe in October, I'll probably add more key rooms, but maybe actual physical rooms that when you like pop the door, an alarm goes off or a notification comes up to say the room's been opened. That's my next sort of aim, is to have some sort of, maybe in Altar, have 4 keycard rooms that when they're opened it says the key cards at Altar, the blue room at Altar has been opened or something like that. Ooh. They're only damaged. That's pretty big. Yeah, so that's the sort of next plan. Something like a notification when a room's opened or a door's opened, and it leads into maybe the labs gets moved or something happens with it. I don't know. That's sort of how my brain's working. So then players would then push it and have PvP. See, for me, it's all about channeling players. My job is to get players to fight each other, so nobody ends up with too much loot. We'll have a spark plug. Because we've got a boat. Now we just need fuel. And a drink. God. Whatever next. I've tried today to turn the wind off. Obviously, we didn't have rain, and the wind was making streaming really difficult. Because I would say, oh, it's really windy now, and no one would hear it. So I've seen whether I'm playing with the wind settings to see if I can get them turned down. I did like the wind, but it just didn't come across on when I'm streaming. So it's no good. Now there's a well here, isn't there? Hi, Kermit. But I want all the loots. Yeah, yeah. I need a fucking box of nails. Actually, rag base building, I need about 20 boxes of nails to build a pod. It's an expensive base building mechanic. Yeah, if you've got your effects turned down. So if you go... If you turn effects down, you won't hear it at all. But as a streamer, I'd be saying, oh, look, it's windy. And no one could hear it on stream. And I've got to realise that other people might stream the server. And if that happens, something like that that's not working correctly will lose you a player. I've only been finding wire, no nails at all. When I did a test run before I went live, I found 2 boxes of nails before we put the server live. Since I've been live, I've not found a single box. But I've found wire, so that does the same job. A piece of wire is 40 nails with some pliers to help it. Only damaged? God. It's like new, nearly. Yeah. I found a hatchet last night and I was like, need to get home now, need to get home now. Gurmit, if you're still there, did you sort your map out? There's another hatchet. There's plenty of keys out there and key cards. Getting to the locations, staying alive. It's a different type of server, you know. I realise it's not impossible. Or RFS or something like that. Not sure where that one is without looking at the card. You little bitch. Good. So that's made life a little bit easier. I never search every tree, but if we can get an apple. It certainly offsets grip a little bit. And I realise if you just laid down in the centre and waited 10 minutes, every tree would have apples. But we ain't got time to do that when we're streaming. Another one for the police station. Not interested in that one so much. And at the moment, the keys are all fixed locations. Only one of them moves. And that's the C-130. No, that's not even a fixed location, actually. It just... There's 3 C-130s that I've used. And they spawn in all 3 at the same time. So once you've learnt which 3 C-130s, it becomes easy. Next wipe, crates will move a little bit more. I just didn't have the time to get them all done. It would have taken weeks. Been looking at GPUs today. I've gone down a very dangerous route at the moment. I've been looking at joysticks. What GPU are you looking at, Kermit? You know, don't get me wrong. I would love a new GPU, but I really don't need one. 4070 Super Ti will allow me to stream anything that I play at 4K at Ultra. So I don't need to go any higher at the moment. Also, I'm not a fan of the 50 series cards. And I won't go AMD. Because it doesn't have some of the features I need. That being said, you know, Chuckles is a massive fan of AMD cards. Yeah, AMD. If you're not a streamer and you don't mind sometimes driver issues, not always, but sometimes driver issues, AMD is the way to go. You get more bang for your buck, 100%. But if you want good content creation chips, you pay for that privilege with Nvidia. And that doesn't make me an Nvidia fanboy. It makes me a content creator that values the compression technology and stuff like that. Anybody in chat visited the minefields yet? The one thing I would say with all the graphics card reviewers, no matter what they say, they've all got a bias in a certain direction. They'll all say, oh, I'm not sponsored by AMD or Nvidia, this is a true reflection of everything I do. And if you look back, they never once slagged off AMD, or they've never once slagged off Nvidia, or they only started to slag them off at a certain point. It's like the newspapers. Newspapers are, you know, we know an editor will never make a newspaper independent, or a news channel. Not yet. Okay, guys. When you do, it might be worth taking a splint with you. Oh, the bangs going off are more me playing with the code. I wouldn't worry too much. That's I have hand grenades that spawn in damaged, and they blow up as soon as they spawn in to make the world feel slightly more alive. So if you're in a military-ish area, sometimes you'll get zombies blowing up that you haven't even gone near. And that's just me playing with the code. I like being able to do things that you don't have to put a mod on for, but manipulates and plays with code. Because I'm a bastard. I've not been really out of where I am now. I'm down to Trader. I went down far south corner to get myself some bits and pieces. But life didn't go very well. But I've not made my way in further yet. I'll have to. 100% I'll have to. Ballotta. Yeah, Ballotta's a good little... It's not high tier enough for the problems. So as you might have gathered from the Discord, there are claymores and mines that randomly spawn in certain tier 3, 4 areas on each restart. But they won't be in the same spots. You can disarm them. You can't steal them, basically. So you can't reuse them. I didn't want people to be able to grab hundreds of mines and put them around someone's house. It encourages toxic play. But I still wanted the minefields to be there. So high tier areas are mined. What server is this? This is Goblin Z or Goblin Z. Let's find you a link. It works. It's a solo server on PC with a 50% nerf of anything useful. It's warm days, very cold nights. So Sakao type cold nights with warm days. As I said, but the main thing is it's a solo server. No teams allowed. PvP fully encouraged. But with a 50% nerf, trying to find food, weapons, ammo is not the easiest thing in the world. And we doctor the zombies, and it is my server. We're not high pop. It's a hard sell. Trying to persuade people they want to play a hardcore version of DayZ. But I don't mind that, because the people that we do have play it are quite committed to it. Massive. Bit more ammo for my weapon. Gonna need food soon, aren't we? Add key for crate and ATC. Worth a visit. The best crates, though, on this server are Endgame and the Weapon Locker. Thanks, Kermit. So if we just get somewhere semi-safe, I'll show you where the best keys are for. So, if you get a key for the secure bunker or military HQ, but both of them you'll also need a Livonia swipe card to get into, because you actually have to get into the bunker. That's where the best loot on the server is, in those two locations. I've been trying to find a solo server for so long, thanks. That's okay. I like having a solo server. You know, it means if our players get involved in a fight, they're against, at the most, one person. And not everybody wants to run servers that have got high numbers on, but you still want the risk of a PvP server. Right, we're going to make our way over to the seaside, the shore. But I need a fish, and there's no point in getting river fish. It's a nasty ending, wasn't it? Feel for the driver. So there's no safe zones on the map. Even the trader ain't no safe zone. If you want a map, you've got to find one. Killing a priest will help. If you press pause on your keyboard when you first get on, it'll give you some little hints here. If you want a map, you need to find or buy one. It will need to be in your hand for M to work. Link to the Discord is there. What you need to do, though, is if you can't find or you don't want to buy a map, kill a priest. Priests carry maps. So long as you can find a priest, you can survive. Right. Fishing time. Oh, you bastard. Oh, that was quick. It worked, though. I didn't mean that. Very good game. Thank you. I got one sharpening stone. You can make them on here, though. there is a recipe for sharpening stones. If you get a hammer and you hit a small stone with a hammer, you will turn it into a sharpening stone, but you'll ruin the hammer. So you can make them. Okay, give me a second. We'll test it now, guys. But I'll put myself into God mode to do it, and invisible. And then I'll throw away what we're testing. As I said, we do everything on stream, so you know that I'm not using God mode for any reason. Hi Hamish, how are you, mate? We're just testing something that people have reported a bug. So I've got there split or create sharpening stone. See, it's quicker because I'm running God mode. There's your sharpening stone. Yeah, back to normal. Hi, Chuckles. There you go. But that's why I needed to test it though, because if it hadn't have worked, then I'd have to have investigated why the mod was not playing. So I need reports when people go, oh, this should be working, it's not. It's worth knowing. It might be something wrong with the game. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, that's nice. Tempted to go home with a wooden shelf kit. Bunny chuckles. We've got food now. We've got a shelf kit for home. AR platform mag. Is that the god tier item? Another sewing kit. Sewing kit number 3. Rema loot. It feels that way sometimes, doesn't it? The trick is with DayZ, if you're playing this type of server and you want loot to spawn in, is not to run around. Because loot spawns when you're 300 meters from it. So if you're just walking, you're giving it a chance to spawn in. If you're running, it can't keep up with what's happening. So it spawns less in. Now, obviously, if you're playing a more hardcore PvP server, those rules change. It goes very nicely with my pristine... Well, they're only worn now, jungle boots. Yeah. Ultimately, once everything else is sorted in my life, I'd love to make a console server. I'd love to have a PC server and a console server. Probably X. More streamer loot. But where you are, mate, things are hot, aren't they? Anyway. Why am I so fucking cold? Is it coming into night time? Always wanted to live in this building with a team. I think you can get so many airlocks in here. You could send people right through this room, airlocked, back out into here, block that off, have that where you live, that all blocked off, that is a storage room, and then your main loot room upstairs. Could be done so well. A little bit of thinking. But it'd have to be done on a modded server as a team, because you'd need to get so many resources in to build it. Every window would need blocking off, because those windows can be crawled through for sure. Oh, the whole... You can't jump that wall game. DayZ at its finest. We sort of have to go home now. Because we've got a spark plug, we've got a boat, and now we've got fuel. It allows us to go hunting. Wasn't that hungry. I think we might take this stuff home. Spark plug, fuel. Worth it. We could deploy the boat. We could go out on a boat trip. I'm not a gardener, but that would seem probably right, Chuckles. Depending on what your pennies are made of. That's the question, because not everything's created equally, is it? What they were made of 100 years ago and what they're made of now might be different. Here he comes. Okay, we'll carry on bimbling home, I think. Just because the amount of gear we've got. That is massive. And the spark plug that we got earlier. We could take our pet boat out for a trip. That's not quite as easy to explain. You dig a hatchway, but the base spawns in 1.5 miles above you. So you can't see it, no one else can see it, but it's not really below you. Ah, more ammo for the rifle. And anyone would feel that this server owner set things up for people to have rifles and ammo in small quantities. No. Someone might have dropped them and they might have been diseased. Too much of a risk. Fucking solitude, Zeds. I blame the server owner. There's a box in there I want. But they come in 3 stages. Stage 1 is 2 meters by 2 meters by 2 meters is the space that you get to play with. Stage 2, when you upgrade it, is probably 5 by 5 by 2. And then the last stage is a long tunnel that you can put doors in, and then a box at the end with a permanent light. But stage 3 needs concrete blocks, which you'll have to find. Stage 2 needs metal. The recipes are all in the FAQs on the Discord. Oh no, not again. Fucking server owner. Why can't any of them have good food? I realise I got fish, but I also realise it would be nice to cook them at home behind a locked door. Here we go again. That'll do. And then that. No stamina. This is going to be a bitch to get home. Why we're going for the direct route. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. So I was saying earlier, I've fallen down this rabbit hole of looking for a joystick to play Elite Dangerous with. And I started off with, what can I do for around £100? And quickly learnt the answer to that is nothing if you want quality. So we sort of got to about £180, and that's without the throttle. About £200 including a basic throttle. And then the second joystick in left-handed mode at Christmas is sort of what I'm working on. So they got no stock in until September, but probably looking at a joystick in September for my right hand, and then a stand so it sits under the desk so I can operate it correctly, and then a second joystick for my left hand at Christmas, probably. And then we'll do some Elite Dangerous streams as well. I've got a few people I can fly with that all use controllers, and I can also do some flight sim stuff. Maybe do some DCS, redo the Falklands campaign. Potentially, but certainly Elite Dangerous. And yes, I could get a Thrustmaster special, but it's not really good enough for what I need it to do. I might as well just use a mouse and keyboard or an Xbox controller. And I can't afford an £800 joystick, and I can't warrant an £800 joystick just for one game. And it's not like I'm building a full sim rig. But I do quite like this idea of being able to fly in 4D using two controllers, and then keyboard and mouse there ready for when I jump out the spaceship and need to run around in the world. And then we'll be Commander Goblin when we do that stuff. Okay. On the original Elite, back in the 80s, I was Elite. I helped to crowdfund Elite Dangerous, as well as thousands of other people. I'm not very good at it because I don't have the right controllers, and it's very complex. But I love ED. Massive Elite Dangerous fan. It fits into the looting, I think, just because you can be a dodgy pirate and run narcotics between worlds and get up to no good. But if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. Where am I? Not that far down. I'm there. Home is there. Okay, not that far to go. ED isn't for everybody. I get that. I don't want fire. I've got space for firewood. Have to be a lot of jiggling around. Probably not. No. Normal stick. The thing is, you could play Elite Dangerous using your Xbox controller on PC. You could fly with an Xbox controller and use your mouse and keyboard to run around in. Not that I'm trying to encourage you in the future to come across to a bit of ED. It is complex, but during like the Christmas and summer sales, it drops down to like $4 or $5, and it's worth it for that. If you like realistic space sim. By realistic, they've got all the known planets from our solar system in there that you can visit. Apart from that, it's looting, space running, mining, galactic wars, and you don't have to play against people. You can play in a closed environment, so you can run with your team where you're all playing on the same instance, but just the people you're playing with and everybody else out there is computer controlled. Or you can choose to go into the main world. So yeah, and they also do weird shit where if say next week our scientists come up with there's a new planet or planet that's out there at the moment, they find it's on a slightly different place in the universe than we thought, they do an update for the game and the planet gets moved in the game. They've calculated where things are, so all the space debris that's up there, they've worked out based upon how much fuel it has and when it's going to run out, like a satellite, where will it be in 2,000 years time or wherever that happens to be, and it puts it there so you can visit stuff. Yeah, the original Elite, just getting into a space station was like, wow, I've done it. ED is just out of this world when you land. And don't get me wrong, I own the DLC. Haven't really played massively, so you can run around on the planet's surfaces as well. They used to have it on X and PlayStation, but they stopped the servers, didn't they? They took it off and just concentrated on PC only. And as much as that annoyed the community, it probably made sense. Because it is a game, but it's more of a simulation game. I've installed it now. I've got it sat on my desktop. But yeah, we'll certainly look at running it again. It's a good game to sit down, stick the headset on, mellow out, talk to chat, have a couple of beers, and just fly. Fight the occasional pirate. But I'll have to do it properly, you know me. I'll end up with 3 webcams. I'll end up with 2 webcams to view where the sticks are. We'll have the webcam background be something space orientated. Now this is going to be a bitch to get into base with this much loot on me. The reason we grabbed the 2 sticks, guys, was so I can cook when I get home. As long as that fish doesn't go off. We don't get shot getting into base. while we're home. Now dodge the zombies game. Some bastard server owner put loads of them around everywhere. It's coming into night time, so it's a good time to be home. It's about to get very cold on the server. Normal trick to get in, guys. Lunch. There. Once the fire's gone out. And we can move the fire. All right then. I get to there from there, so I could probably get one of these down, like there. I still access the one behind is the question. Can I still access it from there? Can I access it from there? No. There? No. There is where you start the access. That one there, we access from gun wall. From there, so it's going to have to be that corner there with the barrel moved. Okay, that's fine. Doable. Right, we need this food to go get cool. Which probably means we need to move it up to the pants and out the rucksack. Because the rucksack is a modded item. We can then get the other shelf in that corner. Because we access that from there. And then the barrels will end up in the middle somewhere. Yeah, that's fine. It's not perfect, but it will do. Just getting one in there to start with, so we've got access. We can start to put stuff on it. There we go. Job done. Let me look at getting that boat out on the water. Needed that feed, didn't we? I think a bundle of 5 sticks should be able to attach to the backpack tool slot. Okay. Would be nice, wouldn't it? Well, we're waiting for the fire to do its business. We'll see if we can catch up on some sleep. Maybe not, 'cause it's not night time yet. I'm a little bit. I just wish I was a modder. I wish I could write mods, because so much of the stuff that we've got on here, like the recipes, I'd write my own mod for and add more to it. You all know what I want to do with the cows, because I've said it for so long. I'd like to make our own base building mod and storage mods that was unique to our server. Oh. No. I need it to go out so I can pick it up. And we can look at getting some storage in there. Come on, game. I don't want to reignite you. I want to move you. A watch kettle never boils, maybe? Doop-a-doop-a-doo. Come on. We had a spare screwdriver, or whatever it is to break these down with. We'd get rid of one of these and put these things in instead. But at the moment, we don't have. Someone spent time working on a base. You did, Monkey. Excellent. I like my little house. I just found a god tier item though. We've got a spark plug and we've got gas. And we own a boat. There it is. I just want this fire to go out so I can pick the fucking thing up. Don't think it's going to play today. Right then, let's see if we can place that down anyway. There. Can we access it? No. Bastard. I hadn't thought of that, Monkey. You are clever. That's perfect. sort of storage have we got on there? Is it just fucking gun? Oh, it's just guns. That doesn't really help me much. We needed something that we could store non-gun items in. But now we can remove things. We can do a little bit of different work here and make things a little bit more organised, better. So that's good. Right then. Let's move these out. Take Mr. Penknife. I need to remove that. That. Tell me something I didn't know. But thank you, I hadn't thought of it. Put that one there. Dump over here for the moment. Better. I know you at some point it'll have to be removed and the wall will have to be put in there, even though you can't climb in from there. That still gives me access to that corner. That's fine. That's just being stupid. But if we remove that thing... It does make sense now, even more so, because you can do the landmines using the screwdriver on your tool. That makes a lot of sense. Now, do we want that gun rule? That is just guns, isn't it? So the other things are better. And that's just guns. Well, the other things hold guns and other stuff. So if we move that one into that corner. Now we just need a server crash and lose everything that's on the floor. Wooden shelf. Wooden shelf we want. That's going to be on that corner. Okay. Now, tool shelf. I like that. Sticking out the top, I expect. Nope. Fine. That one is gun rack. That gun shelf. Yeah, gun rack is better. Really talking about this. Let's see if we can get that one in next to that one. Ah, the joy of trying to build a base on a Goblin server. At least you can sell this storage back to the trader that you don't want. So, gun shelf. No. Wooden shelf. There we go. Can we still access tools? Yes, we can. Perfect. Now. That done. That done. That's solved. The baby one. I put that there. Lurking while I do some stuff. Okay, Hamish. Yeah, that works. So I can access both that and that. That's good. And then this, for the moment, is there. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect. All storage back in. Now. Goblin, do not pick up any more storage. Just don't. Not worth it. Do I have a head torch somewhere? Does it have a battery in it? A little bit. Good. We can turn that on when we need to. Okay, right. Let's try and find a way of storing all this stuff. Far too much stuff. No, Goblin, do not give it away. We need to keep that on us. Oh, there's an axe. You don't pick the nickname by accident. It's fitting. Yeah. There we are. That can be thrown away because they can always be recovered again. Yeah. After all that. All right then. That's kept on us. Basically, when morning comes, we're going to go and try and take the boat out. Don't care about... I do care about it. Let's be honest, I care about all of it. But one of the rucksacks could just be jettisoned on the floor, couldn't it? Don't like doing it, but... Getting better. Well, base is tidy again. Oh, we've got space in wooden gun shelf. Okay. In which case... That one. That one. That one. That one. That one. That's not so bad. And we turn that into planks or into wood. And we have a spare saw on there. The answer is probably no. Okay, that's life. So, in the morning, we're taking out the boat, spark plug gas, boat. We're going to go on a bit of an adventure. So happy with the storage on DRL. Then you played the video of the other bases and I felt like a noob. Sorry, mate. Let's put some light on. I'm happy with our little base here, though. I think we've done pretty well. For a first door. As a solo, I don't mind being this badly organised. Well, it's organised, obviously, but this badly, like everything just crammed in on top of each other. We're about to do something really stupid if we can get the boat working. So, but we need to get the boat working first. And if I die, well, I die. Well, we're going to need gloves, aren't we, for our stupid trip? There we go. I'm going to need, that's 4 rounds, is it? 5, 6, 7. Where did the rest of them go? We're here somewhere. Which container was the rest of that ammo? Oh, it's on the floor. DayZ being DayZ. How come 10 plus 2 equals 7? Oh, that'll have to do, I suppose. We're going to go gun hunting. That's what we're going to do. I need the sun to come up before we do it. We're going to go and visit the military HQ. Won't need that with me. I said once the sun's up. Won't be able to get into the bunker, and I won't be. Well, I could get into the bunker. I've got a swipe card here, but I won't be able to open up the bunker crate, so there's no point. But the AI are lootable, and that's a biggie. And accurate. Chuckles went there with me on testing day, I think, as part of the test. But I said we need the sun to come up first. Yeah, the day the PC cooked, that sounds about right. But your new PC's nearly there, mate. It's going to be good when you get it up and running. Will make a difference. But sorry about the wait, guys. It's about another probably 10 minutes of night time. It's not dark up here, so it is summer on the server. And we're not cold because we got warm and we're inside and we got lots of clothing on. No, it'll be fine, mate. It'll be fine. If need be, I'll just fly across and build it for you. Maybe not. What you need is the USB stick that I have on my keys all the time, which has a build of Windows 11 and a build of Office on it. I carry it with me all the time. The amount of times that people go, my PC's crashed, can you make it better for me? Yeah. What you got? Oh, Windows 11 and Office. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, I can install off my... Just need to get the keys out my pocket. Why? I've got a USB stick ready to go. Yeah. Carry Windows 11 and Office. And it's an old version of Office that doesn't need an OEM code. Just get them up and running. And obviously Windows 11, if they don't have a license code, they've got 30 days to register it. Good enough for me. Yeah, carry it all the time, Chuckles. I'll put my webcam on. You can see the glorious thing. Give me a second. Oh. Webcam. You can see it there. Yeah, Windows. Glorious keys there. Your sort of car key, house key, room key, locker key at work, door key for the office, door key for another office, a strange blue tab thing that means that I can print at work but send it to the printer and go anywhere in the country and print it off. Or I can go to the printer and I can scan a document, and using the tablet, it'll be using a little tablet thing, it'll be emailed to me. Turned into a PDF and emailed straight to me, which is quite nice. Not a bad little feature. Right then, let's go and see how badly this goes, shall we? They won't. How do we fill these?
Somewhere around here, isn't it?
There it is.
I know we're low on fuel, but when you pack the boat up, you lose the fuel. No, you stupid goblin. I saw the fire, and I thought somebody had lit a fire here. I thought it was a come on. Don't come here too early, I think it's a trick. bleeding out, aren't we? Well, we're not bleeding out, but we're stamina-ing out. And they're all hunting for me now. I'm in no fit state to fight my way up the tunnels, that's for sure. Why won't it let me place it? Probably because I'm not on real land. Yeah. That might be an interesting scenario. Hmm. No, it's a no build zone. But I've turned on the ability of building on it. So why isn't it working? Okay, looks like it's a long swim home, guys. Something I'm going to need to have a look at. And the only way I can really do it is probably by dying and testing and working out why. We're going to keep the island here, but I might have to build a way out to it. Or remove the no build zone from the island. Or make it smaller, just over the area I don't want people building. I think because it's saying, even though the boats are in my
can be deployed within a build zone. I think it's not allowing that to happen. So I'll need to fly out here with God mode on and do some mapping. Yeah, I think if I turn it from the big radius that covers the whole island of no build just into the area where the loot crate is and the door, so people can't block the door with a base, basically. That way, I think it's because I've got a. I've said the whole of the. From the centre of the island, I've chose like a 500-metre circle as a no build zone, and I need to change it so it's from the bunker door, 10-metre no build zone. But I don't want to run in now when I'm actually on a life, putting on God mode, because that's not fair. It's better that I'm not on stream when I do it. And that's fine. It's a learning phase, isn't it? I'm trying to build an amazing server. There are always going to be little teething issues that we need to solve. I don't know what shot. Well, I know an AI shot me. I think he hit me with a shotgun, didn't he? That knocked me. And then ran off. Right, we'll get to shoreline. I'll get into cover, or I'll be dead. And then I'll log. And then tomorrow morning when I get up, I'll fly in, sort the problem out, test it a couple of times, make sure it's working. At the moment, yes. But I'd like to solve it so you can pack the boat. If that makes sense, Monkey. And it is solvable. I'm looking forward to next year when we can have other installations with AI on, like this, that are out to sea or hidden away. Not everywhere. I don't want AI everywhere. I want objectives for people to do that you have to fight into. But we just can't at the moment because GTX won't handle that amount of AI. We've got 2 areas with AI at the moment. My aim is to have... So the most AI we'll have on the map at the moment is 8 at any one time. With the new server, we should be able to handle 30 AI. So we could do this plus helicopter AI, plus police AI, and then maybe another couple of locations. Because then you don't have to bump into them. You can do your own thing. I'd like to put a bunker into Tissy that had AI guarding but stayed on the inside of the bunker. And I'd like to put... You can do an AI that only shoots at you when you shoot at it. And we could have an AI guarding the trader. That raised their gun at you. And as soon as you shot at it, it would open fire at you. And that would be independent of all the other AI. It was the guard that's looking after the traders. Because then we could have the traders without carrying guns. We put them behind desks. Put them in a little trader hub. And have like a fence around the outside with a gatehouse and have a guard in there guarding. Which could be quite an interesting mechanic to work with. As I've always said, the AI done right can work really well. I'm glad I'm not swimming this at night. Being able to pack boats is amazing. So we've got to make sure that mechanic works for our players. It means you can keep your... Like I did there, you pack your boat up and get it home. I mean, there's a few things I still need to test to bring into the world. I need to test whether the lockers take a code lock. If they don't, then we'll have the lockers available in world. At the moment, I can't take the risk of people code locking them, because I'd need to add another mod to make raiding of them happy. But I sort of leave all that shit for weekends. Because through the week I just want to stream and game.
But it's going to be harder to fight onto the island just because when the AI do spawn, they're spawning above you and on the same level as you, and they're moving into different cover. So fighting your way in there is going to be more difficult. And each time they spawn, they'll choose different weapons from all the vanilla weapons. So one day you might hit that and they might all have fouls. But equally then you could get away with a load of fouls. So at least we know we can make it home. Hopefully nobody will shoot me now. I'm going to try placing the boat and seeing if it works from here. If it's a boat that's buggy or... So it's the island that's a problem. That's solvable. It'd be nice to add some more islands so people could get a boat and live on an island. which I could do. We could add little islands all over the place that had like little harbours in them and a fishing hut. You could build little fortresses out to sea. Or do something stupid. No. fucking game. Give me my normal spot I have to climb over. If it's been stupid. Yeah, I'm wary of... I'm not that far from home. But thank you. Yeah. Doesn't like that jumping with that rucksack on, does it? Got time for that today. Don't look down. Oh, come on. Need to close that one until we can get an airlock on here. Then that one. There we go. Right, dinner. Spare rags in there that are dry? No. We need to dry out desperately, so it might be a bandage. Didn't want to do that. That's life. That was a really good idea, Hidden. I just didn't think of that, did I? You don't when you're under pressure. It's a nightmare. But that would have been a perfect idea. Or even cutting up those. But I didn't think at the time. But really better idea than I came up with. Yeah, I fell out with those AI, didn't I? That's for sure. I think tomorrow night we'll be looking for normal gear. No more trips to... Right, can we repair anything? That's soaked and badly damaged, but it can come off. That's fine. That can be wrung out and put on the floor to dry out. Boots can go on the floor to dry out. That just comes off. And they come off. Bergen comes off. Can't take that top off at the moment. Belt's alright. They're alright. Rifle's alright. Right then. See if we can up our dry out quicker. Because we've got plenty of health until that fish becomes safe to eat. Yeah, I'm too wet. Right, we'll eat the fish as soon as we can. And then I'll probably I'll be getting dressed and then logging for the night, guys. So it's coming up to 10 o'clock UK. And I'm back at work at 6 in the morning. I must say, thanks for being here tonight, guys. It's been massively appreciated. Thanks for the extra sub. That's awesome. On the road, along the route. Thanks, Chuckles. Chuckles, I hope you enjoy your rest of your day at work. Oh, some fish to eat. There we go. Num, 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 num. And we survived another day. Remind me not to visit Prison Island, sorry, Prison Island, that island, until we've got things better sorted in the future. My little goblin castle. Four hours till freedom. In 4 hours time, Chuckles, it'll be 2 AM. And I'll be fast asleep. But getting up 3 hours after that, realistically. And then getting out of the house to work. But not that far away. There we go. So thank you for watching, guys. Oh, server restart. Just at that point. Thank you for watching, been massively appreciated. Thanks for the subs, thanks for the interaction, thanks for the chat, thanks for the hints. Remember, if you've got a goblin in your sights, miss.